What's very interesting in looking back in history, going back into the Great Depression, as new technologies were evolving, telephone, electricity, and internal combustion engine, the same concentration had taken place because everyone was afraid to invest in almost anything. Was it going to go bankrupt with unemployment up at 25% and GDP down 30%? But what happened was these new technologies created an environment where the mega cap stocks actually started to underperform dramatically.
In a recent interview at Bitcoin Park with Cathie Wood, the discussion centered on the significance of open source platforms and Bitcoin. Wood emphasized the crucial role that open source software plays in driving innovation and building trust within the cryptocurrency ecosystem. She pointed out that recent events, such as the regional bank crisis and the Crowdstrike outage, have highlighted Bitcoin's unique strengths, including its lack of counterparty risk and its strong decentralized nature. Wood argued that these characteristics make Bitcoin a valuable hedge against vulnerabilities in the traditional financial system. Before we continue with the rest of the video, do check out daily 5-minute crypto newsletter with all the latest crypto and Bitcoin news. It's a fantastic analysis of on-chain crypto data and breakdowns, and the best part is it's absolutely free. They'll cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news you need to know, all in a nutshell. Click the first link in the description and enter your email to join over 50,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now.
The adversaries and how they might change over time. Just for our listener base, what's gone on in the financial markets is unbelievable. This idea that the Mag Six, the Magnificent Six, would represent such concentration. They account for 45% of the average large cap growth manager's portfolio. And these ecosystems, for the most part, are closed. And sort of the centralization vector and the power structure. I mean, this is typically a very unhealthy development unless something is going to change it. And what was because these new technologies were taking over.
As we just heard, Cathie would discuss the importance of open source technology. Let's delve into her thoughts on Bitcoin and why this asset is so significant. Wood highlights that Bitcoin's open source nature is a key factor in its resilience and trustworthiness. Unlike closed source systems, which can be susceptible to single points of failure or manipulation, Bitcoin's transparent codebase allows for continuous scrutiny and improvement by a global community of developers. This transparency, Wood explains, is essential for maintaining the network's integrity and encouraging widespread adoption. She also notes that Bitcoin's decentralized structure makes it resistant to the systemic risks that often affect traditional financial institutions, as seen in recent banking crises. According to Wood, these attributes make Bitcoin an increasingly attractive option for investors looking to diversify their portfolios and hedge against economic uncertainties. Now, let's listen to more of Cathie Wood's insights on Bitcoin at Bitcoin Park.
You know, one thing as I'm just thinking about this, the Bitcoin price today is up quite a bit, and as you're talking, I'm wondering, we have Yassine wrote a paper on the risk-off nature of Bitcoin, and here's another example. The first one was around the regional bank crisis a year ago, and really highlighting no counterparty risk in the Bitcoin ecosystem. This is another hedge against a risk, highlighting this very important attribute that you just described, Mike. Yassine wrote a paper about the risk-off nature of Bitcoin. Most people before the regional bank crisis in March of 23 thought of Bitcoin as just risk-on, a risky asset, extremely volatile. And then during the regional bank crisis, more and more people learned that, hey, Bitcoin has an attribute here that the banking system doesn't have. There's no counterparty risk. Here today, with CrowdStrike going down and taking out wide swaths of the global economy, the open source nature of Bitcoin and no automated updates and just a huge neighborhood watch ecosystem, everybody watching their livelihoods. and watching the ecosystem for the good of humanity, Matt, as you say, freedom. So very, very interesting. Each one of these crises is highlighting the benefits of, Bitcoin. We're giving back in a few ways. The very first one, we've been writing about Bitcoin since 2014, since the firm was founded. And so education, I think on every one of the Bitcoin brainstorms, education has come up. That's the starting point, educating people about this profound movement, which, yes, has a lot to do with freedom in general. But in terms of helping people in our community understand, we focused on the technology that it is, the monetary system, global monetary system, and a new asset class. Those are three big ideas, all in one. And I think any executive or investor who's not studying this is going to find that there's a lot of disintermediation and disruption that they will probably succumb to if they do not get on the right side of change. This is a big movement. So our research is first. Part of our research, and I've had the privilege of spending, it was kind of a retreat with core developers. And part of our role is to vet communities. And I can tell you, I was profoundly impressed at the knowledge, certainly about technology, monetary systems. I was able to offer a little bit more on the new asset class side, but in terms of monetary system and technology, the passion and determination in this ecosystem is profound, and the intelligence. I think my confidence, even though we had been, this was 2019, even though we had been writing about it for a while, my confidence shot up twice. Once when I met the core developers, and then before that, and many of you have heard this story, Art Laffer here, editing our first paper, Could Bitcoin Serve the Three Roles of Money? And he's basically saying, I've been waiting for this since we closed the gold window in 1971. And, I've been waiting for Art, how big could this be? Well, this is the reserve currency of the internet. That's a very big idea. So our research, it's up on our site. Know that we've met the developers, or many of them, and have been incredibly impressed. And we're also putting our money where our mouth is. So we, many know that we were part of the spot Bitcoin ETF movement. But you will also know that the fee structure collapsed in that. So our initial thought of a percentage of profits there, well, let's just put it this way. There is going to be very little profitability there, and that's good. It's okay that from our point of view, the fees going down, this is a public good. Increasing access to this public good, to this financial superhighway, is the most important service we could provide. So we've done that. But we also do have private strategies. And in order to be true to what we're telling you, contributing to this ecosystem, these organizations and others, we are going to donate consistently 1% of our revenues, not profits.
Wow.
And
Amazing.
so that means this is in perpetuity as long as we're still around, and as these funds are, and they're not even really profitable yet, but that's why we decided to go the route of a.
Cathie Wood offers valuable insights into the transformative potential of Bitcoin and open source technology in reshaping the financial landscape. She emphasizes the critical importance of supporting open source development and highlights Bitcoin's unique qualities that make it a powerful tool for financial freedom and innovation. We'd love to hear your thoughts on a few questions. How do you think the rise of open source technologies like Bitcoin will impact traditional financial institutions in the long term? What role do you believe individual investors can play in supporting and advancing open source projects in the cryptocurrency space? Share your thoughts in the comments below. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.